Running off like that, putting yourself at risk, it's pretty goddamn stupid. What do you want from me?
Quit worrying about me, okay? Stop lecturing me, please.
You're right. You're not my daughter. And I sure as hell ain't your dad.
Then stop pretending to be.
Gamers, rise up. You, drop that gun, son, you won't be needing it here. And you, drop that rifle. In fact, I'd say it's time to hang up on the old wall. Hi guys, my name is Will, and today I will be attempting the no gun challenge in The Last of Us. This means I can only use melee and craftables throughout the entire game, and if I use a gun, I have to slap a small child, which in this case would be Ellie. So let's cast our Skyrim muffle spells, creep up behind enemies and whisper, "This is my swamp." So is it possible to complete The Last of Us with using no guns at all? Let's find out. So I started off as Sarah, looking for her dad, until I finally found him, and he was acting really strange.
I'm kinda sick.
Jimmy!
Dad?
Honey, come here. Come here. Jimmy! Jimmy, just stay back! Jimmy, I am warning you!
Oh my God.
Don't!
You shot him.
Sarah,
I saw him this morning.
listen to me. There is something bad going on. We have got to get out of here. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Tell me, come on.
So we got ourselves out of that situation and tried to escape the city.
Can we hear us on the radio?
Yeah, sure thing.
All you ladies past your pussy like this.
Of course Sarah's intestines become spaghetti, but we'll just skip that part. It was a new day in a new place, so I decided to talk to some of my friends.
Oh, fuck you, faggot.
The fuck you said? I'll take it easy out there.
Okie dokie.
I then grabbed my gear and we made it out of the quarantine zone.
Ladies first.
Lady, you must be thinking of someone else.
I then snuck up behind enemies and took them out silently.
Like watching you work.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
And then after taking out a lot of enemies, we finally made it to Robert.
Back, get the fuck back!
We just want to talk, Robert.
He tried to run away, but eventually we were able to catch up with him.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
That is a stupid idea.
I then met Ellie, who I'd be looking after throughout the rest of this game.
14, not that that has anything to do with anything.
Let's see. Oh.
We then tried to escape with Ellie, and it was all going good until we got to this part. This part was quite tricky because there were a lot of infected. However, I was able to complete it on my third attempt. And then, just when I thought things couldn't get any better, Tess fell on bento right in front of me. Don't worry, I think Joel was into it more than I was. But then, we made it to the Capitol building.
I'm glad.
We are survivors!
This is our chance.
It is over, Tess! Now, we tried. Let's just go home.
I'm not going anywhere. This is my last stop.
What?
Our luck had to run out sooner or later.
You going on?
No, don't touch me.
Holy shit. She's infected.
Joel,
Let me see.
I didn't mean for this.
Show it to me. Oh, Christ.
Me and Ellie then ran for our lives. I pushed her over as a little prank, and somehow she made it past all the bad guys unseen.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
I then made it to Billstown, still without having used a gun, which is actually pretty insane.
Just stay close. Ellie, come on.
I got you.
Damn it, Bill!
What just happened?
Another one of Bill's stupid traps!
Now, this was a bit of an issue because in this part of the game, Joel does have to use a gun, and I did some research and it turns out you cannot skip this part whatsoever, so I'm going to change this challenge to what's the least amount of times we can use a gun in The Last of Us, so let's just continue. I then met up with Bill, and all his parts were easy, including the bloater part in the school gym. I burnt that bloater like the witch he was, took his friends out to lunch, and broke it down after a well-deserved victory royale.
More of my stuff. So what, you just gonna steal my shit and run off?
Yes. I then got to Pittsburgh, and seeing as it wasn't really that interesting, because I didn't really have to use a gun in any of it, I'm just gonna skip this part.
You seem to know your way around a gun. You reckon you can handle that?
Well, I sort of shot a rifle before, but it was at rats
Rats.
with BBs.
Then I arrived at the suburbs, which unfortunately I had to use a gun again, so it is now up to 2 times we've had to use a gun. After that, I then arrived at Tommy's Dam, which was so easy, and then we moved on to the university, where I remembered that I'd actually have to use a gun again, but I had an idea that if I threw a nail bomb at the door, then hopefully I wouldn't have to use a gun and he would just die to the nail bomb. Did that work? No, for some reason it just didn't go off. Therefore meaning that I am now up to 3 times I've had to use a gun. We then got out of the university and it was on to Ellie's section.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Ellie's section was no doubt the hardest part in the entire game, seeing as she only has a bow and there are only limited supplies, and remember I can use a bow seeing as that is not a gun. I started getting a strategy where I would get a zombie to attack David and I would be able to immediately knife the zombie as I'm doing right here, and that method worked quite well. David then yelled at me to move a metal cabinet, but then seeing as I have big IQ like Deji,
My IQ level's 189. That is a very high IQ, okay?
I flashed back to previous playthroughs where a clicker would tickle you through the window crack, so I just passed his offer. And after killing many infected, I was finally done. Which then meant that I was at the hospital, that I thought I could just charge through, but as you can see here, that did not work. Then I tried the stealth approach, which actually worked quite well, and I was able to sneak past most of the enemies, which was good because I only had limited supplies, and if I faced them all on, I don't think I would have made it. But eventually, I finally got past all of them, which was a big relief, because I didn't know if that section would have been possible without using any guns, but turns out it was.
Sweet Jesus.
Doctor?
What are you doing in here? I won't let you take her. This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save.
No!
Come on, baby girl. I got you. I got you. Oh, shit. I said get back! Stop!
How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers? That is, if she hasn't been raped and murdered first.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
It's what she'd want, and you know it.
No, not exactly.
Wait! Let me go.
Gonna cry?
So there we go. We actually did complete The Last of Us with only using a gun 3 times, which is quite insane when you think about how many enemies we actually faced off against. But if you want to see something like this again, then I'll do the same challenge for The Last of Us Part 2 if we hit 200 likes on this video. And also let me know down in the comments if you prefer videos like this where I'm doing challenges, or if you prefer more multiplayer games of me and my friends messing around. And so yeah, as I said before, I will be doing The Last of Us Part 2 with no guns if this video gets 200 likes, and if it does hit 200 likes, I'll try to get the video out as soon as possible. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit.
Thank you.